Hello and welcome to the weekly moon update. My name is Allison. I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and in these videos we talk about the moon energy for the current week. In this week's case, we're talking about March 10th through the 16th. We have a lunar eclipse this week, our first eclipse of the year. So we have lots to talk about. If you're watching this when it premieres on Sunday at 8:30 p.m., hi and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not watching this live, however, there are always timestamps in the description box below so that you can jump to whatever part of the week that you're watching it, as well as the oracle messages that are at the end. So without further ado, let's jump into the moon energy of this week. So we have our full moon on Friday, the 14th, and it will technically be 100% full at 2:54 a.m. And the eclipse will be occurring a few minutes after that. Later on Friday is when the moon starts to transition into Libra. So I'm just telling you that to give you a heads up that when we move into Virgo early Wednesday morning. So we'll be in Virgo energy all day Wednesday, all day Thursday before the moon is technically 100% full. So if you're wanting to work with that Virgo energy before the actual full moon, I recommend doing that on Wednesday or Thursday. However, what I've kind of been doing with eclipse energy, I guess I kind of started this last year of working with the Virgo energy, the Virgo moon, full moon energy before the eclipse, or whenever the moon is in that sign, and then separately working with eclipse energy. However, for the most part, I just kind of tend to let whatever comes up come up for an eclipse. I don't usually kind of work with that energy. Some people like to work with the chaotic energy, but I just kind of like to separate the two. I like to allow whatever comes up on Friday. And if there's specific things that I want to work on with Virgo energy, I would do that Wednesday or Thursday. So because we have a full moon on Friday, that means the entirety of the week is a waxing gibbous moon until it's full on Friday. And then after the full moon is a waning gibbous. So gibbous moons are more than 50% lit. The waxing is increasing and the waning is decreasing in light and energy. So on Monday, we are starting off with Leo energy, which is a fire sign. I love having fire Mondays because we usually have slow starts to Mondays. Nobody likes a Monday. Everybody hates Mondays. So is that a Garfield quote? Everybody hates Mondays. So I love having a fire Monday because I just need all the help that I can get to get jump started in every morning, but especially on Mondays. So Leo energy again is fire and helps us to activate things, to feel inspired about things. Specifically with Leo energy, it helps us, a Leo moon can help illuminate things about ourselves, whatever your leadership qualities are. Leo helps us take ownership and leadership over the things in our life that need to be led. So it allows you to kind of take the reins and take charge on something. And a Leo is going to put their best self out there. Leo is the sun ruled by the sun. So this is all about the self energy. So these are things that illuminate, a Leo moon can illuminate things the best qualities of yourself. Virgo comes in after that to help us perfect these things. Virgo is kind of more about the like embodiment of these highlighted Leo qualities. The like best qualities of yourself are highlighted with Leo, but Virgo is about like how do we like actually bring those best qualities into our being? How do we make it like part of our core essence? Because again, Virgo is a earth sign, so it's really about like taking that fire, that the like fire energy, and like putting it in a container. That theme keeps coming up, is putting things in containers. And specifically with Virgo, it's like a container and it's going to have this label on it like, these are my leadership qualities and I need to open this box whenever I need some leadership energy. Or then there's maybe another box that's like, this is where I get my self-esteem from. This is my solar plexus energy. And like the taking that box out when you need a little bit more self-esteem, when you need a little bit more of whatever these positive qualities are that you have within. With the Undated Just a Phase Moon Planner, you're going to have 2 activities to work with this for this moon, because it's a full moon and it's an eclipse. You'll see up here there's a tab for eclipses. If we select that, it will take us to the eclipses section here. And this is just a simple diagram explaining the difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And as you can see, when we have a lunar eclipse, we have a full moon and the earth is standing in between the sun and the moon. So this means that the earth is blocking the sunlight from illuminating the moon, which normally makes it appear to be 100% full. So when the earth is blocking this sunlight from reaching the moon, it looks like a new moon, because there is no light on it. It's almost kind of like the earth is casting its shadow onto the moon surface, so it darkens the moon instead of illuminate it like it usually does. So we'll have a solar eclipse in 2 weeks, and that occurs when we have a new moon. And as you can see, the moon is on the opposite side of the earth. It's a solar eclipse because the moon is blocking the light from the sun reaching the earth. So anyways, there's a little bit more information there, but we have a lunar eclipse tarot spread and a solar eclipse tarot spread. There's 2 more also for the 2 more eclipses that we will have in fall. And so these are just a tarot spread that you can do. There's some journaling questions that represent each card and kind of help you figure out, what is this lunar eclipse bringing up for you? I find that because, like I said here, it's almost like the Earth's shadow is kind of being cast onto the surface of the moon and it's dimming the moon's light. So I kind of feel like collective energy comes up during a lunar eclipse, and we just kind of feel that. I think lunar eclipses give us an opportunity to shift collective energy, and we've all been going through this big transformation. So I'm hoping that it's going to be a beautiful shift, an easy shift. And when we have this is happening in Virgo. So like I said about like compartmentalizing and labeling things and organizing things, I'm hoping that it will help us have some sort of organization to the chaos that like we've all been experiencing this year. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. However, that doesn't mean it's not going to bring up something for you individually. It means that the part that you are shifting individually is affecting the collective shift as well. So in addition to the tarot spread that you have here for the eclipses, when you turn to your Virgo section, there is a Virgo full moon exercise here. Because Virgo is all about organization, and it rules the 6th house of service, which really affects like how you help people in the world, but also how you help yourself. And specifically with like daily routines and rituals, the things that you do every day to help take care of yourself so that you're able to become your highest and best self, so that you're able to stay productive and stay organized and stay grounded within your life. So for the Virgo full moon, we're talking about creating elemental routines. There's so many different ways that you can do this. I personally, like on Earth days, I've said this before, I like to focus on like my physical space or my physical body. I like to do strengthening exercises when the moon is in an Earth sign. I like to like clean out the closets, clean out the clutter. I like to do my bookkeeping and like the things that need to be organized, the things that need to be physically, tangibly touched and taken care of. When the moon is in a water sign, I like to drink extra water. I like to connect to the water element, but I also like to just give myself extra water so that I'm giving my body what it needs to process emotions and to integrate things. This is also a good day for like gentler exercises like stretching or yoga or meditation. Water days are also really good for divination and doing all the spiritual woo-woo things that you like to do. When the moon is in a fire sign, I like to do more active things, the things that take more physical and mental energy. I also like to do cardio exercises, something that gets my blood pumping, gets my fire going. And on air days, I like to read or write or do something that stimulates the mind, meditate. Breathing exercises are really great on air days. And so anyways, the information here and the exercise for the Virgo full moon is to kind of help organize your life and your day elementally. It also asks you to like kind of take a look at what elements are prominent in your chart. For example, fire is very prominent in my chart. So I kind of just have to watch out for being too active and possibly burning myself out on fire days. So anyways, and there's some lists here that you can create your ideal daily routine. Virgo helps us to do those things every day that help take care of ourselves. So back to this week. All of that again is taking place on Friday the 14th. The moon will be 100% full at 2:54 a.m. Friday morning, and the eclipse is at 2:59 a.m., just a few minutes after that full moon. And then around 2 in the afternoon, the moon's going to start to transition and will be in Libra from 4 o'clock Friday afternoon into all day Saturday. And the moon starts to transition on Sunday, but it won't move into Scorpio until Monday morning. So it's a very, very long transition. I think it's almost 24 hours. I think it's actually like 22 hours or something like that. Before the weekend, we will be in Libra energy. Libra is the scales of justice and balance. It comes in after Virgo to kind of tie up the loose ends. Like Virgo's very focused on specific things, and it helps us like pay attention to the details of like something very specific. But a lot of times when you're focusing on something, you're missing everything that's around you. When Libra comes in, it helps us kind of like, okay, what did I overlook? What did I miss? What needs attention? What has been neglected? And helping us to like even that thing out, because Virgo can be very, very particular and focused and very isolated. And when you're focusing just on one thing, you're missing a lot. So Libra helps us kind of even that out. And that is going to be, this is like doing all the leftover things that were neglected during the week on the weekend. So continuing with our angels this month, we have Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. Sandalphon wishes to help you feel peaceful and centered, and he strongly advises you to begin by listening to gentle music. Play it wherever you go. Talk quietly and engage in slow, rhythmic movements such as swaying to music or a gentle yoga session. Don't engage in battles at this time. Instead, retreat from conflict while you revive your spirit and become even stronger. Delay decision-making at this time. You'll know exactly what to do when you emerge from your gentle retreat. Working with Archangel Sandalphon, their aura is a calming and cool shade of turquoise, like the translucent tropical ocean. Meditate upon this color or hold the stone associated with his energy, turquoise, and feel your heart rate and breathing become quieter. Sandalphon can help your words and actions to be kind and gentle yet powerful. As the archangel associated with music, you can feel his presence strongly when you listen to music, sing, or play a musical instrument. So I have to be honest, I really struggled picking a card for this week. And I kept asking, like, why? Like, every card I picked just, like, did not feel right for the collective. It was really weird. And I was just like, I took a moment to, I took a moment to, like, ground and center myself, like, multiple times to pull these cards. And just every time I did, it just did not feel right until I got to this one. And I kind of don't like using this. This is Doreen Virtue's Archangel Oracle cards. It's like one of the oldest Oracle decks that I have. And I don't know, I just don't like working with Doreen Virtue's stuff, but after picking cards from other decks, I eventually picked this one and it did feel right, but in a way that, like, just feels like this card could apply to anybody and so many different things. So I think, like, what that the message that I'm getting from, like, struggling to pick a card and nothing feeling right is, I feel like that might be kind of the energy that we will be experiencing this week with this eclipse. Remember, we're in Pisces season, and that creates illusion and delusion. With an eclipse bringing up shadows, like, things are going to be, like, maybe cloudy or murky, and we're going to have to sift through a bunch of things. Like Virgo can, like, sift through things and figuring out, like, what resonates with you and what doesn't, and kind of sorting and weeding through these different things that might be coming up. And I also think that part of it is just, like, I think individually we're going to be having very different experiences. So that's why, like, multiple cards, like, would have worked for this week. But I do feel like it's an important message to be gentle with yourself and gentle with other people, no matter, like, if things are going to be crazy or volatile. And with Virgo energy, a Virgo moon, things can be like compulsive and obsessive and perfectionist. And if people are kind of being nitpicky, like, understand that, like, being kind and gentle with them and being kind and gentle with yourself, I think, is going to be significant. So anyways, I do feel like this card is an important reminder for this week, but I do feel like different things are going to be coming up for us all individually for the eclipse. Our chakra card is a throat chakra. Banish fear of judgment now. Let it constrict you no longer. Know that the expression of your highest truth is protected and supported by spirit. Speak your authentic wisdom with conviction and courage. Rest assured that doing so will bring you to where you are meant to be. Share your truth from a place of loving compassion so your words land with intention you used to compose them. So the crystal they recommend is lazulite, and the herb is chamomile. I think that this brings up an important point that I almost forgot to mention, is that on wait, I thought I wrote it in I wrote it in on the hard copy of my planner, but I did not write it on the digital copy. Okay, so on Saturday the 15th, Mercury goes retrograde and it's in the sign of, and remember also that Venus has been retrograde since last week and will be retrograde into April. Mercury, thank goodness, is only a couple of weeks, but I think when a throat chakra card comes up, it is reminding us to be thoughtful about our words, because Aries, you know what, Mercury retrograde in Aries, to me, kind of has this energy of, like, maybe not saying things, like holding and waiting, maybe waiting until the Mercury retrograde or is over. I don't know. It's because Aries is fire and is here to, like, burn things. So I feel like choosing your words carefully, but also, like, just not saying the thing, like burning burning that thought or idea if it's not going to be serving anybody's highest good, if it's not going to be beneficial, if you're just saying things. Mercury in Aries sounds very salty too, like just saying things to be mean. And I don't know, with Venus retrograde, I think people's feelings are hurt, and this has the energy of like saying things that you don't mean to say and like regretting it later. And not just to other people, like to yourself as well, being kind with the words that you are using with yourself. And then last but not least, we have red jasper. It activates the earth star and root chakra and helps to renew your strength. It's restorative, calming, strengthening, and brings emotional balance. A go-to healing stone, this gem will help you find your groove and flow with the greater ease and fortitude. Red jasper is also known as a warrior stone and raises courage. The affirmation is, I am courageous, strong, and full of vitality. I kind of feel like the energy of this stone has kind of Leo and Virgo energy together. It's like Leo is confident and courageous, and Virgo is like rooted and grounded. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's like solar plexus and root, like being able to stand tall because you're so rooted and grounded, and having the courage and strength to move forward. Move forward with these things that might be coming up for the lunar eclipse. One more thing that I want to mention about this card in the center here in Sandelphin, listening to music and singing is a wonderful way to shift and move energy. Just playing music within your home and within your space can help you shift the vibration and get that negative energy out there so that you're hanging out in a high vibe environment. This is also like singing in general is a really good way to kind of just open up your throat chakra and loosen any stuck energy that might be there. So I hope you have a wonderful, happy Virgo new moon. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I cannot wait to see you on the other side of the looking glass again sometime soon.